My name is Jalen Moore, and I will be showing you how to not only configure the site the way you want, but also configure the site in a way that makes your brand truly stand out. Let's get right into it. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you get this template is that you're going to want to go to the settings. You're going to want to go to the site availability and then make sure that it's private, because you don't want people accessing your website on accident. The next thing you want to do is go ahead and go to domains. Make sure you save. Go to domains, and then you want to change this title down here to match your brand. Once we change the site ID in the domains tab, then we know that the site is truly ours, and we can go ahead and start making the necessary changes that we have to make. Next, we're going to talk about brand colors and fonts. Every company has their own brand colors and fonts. What you're going to want to do is click on the site styles icon, then go into the fonts to change your fonts. The good thing about Squarespace is that they have font packs that you can use. So whatever that you're feeling like you want to use, you can go ahead and change based on that. Next, if we want to change the color, we can go ahead and go to colors, and this is where you can edit your palette. So with Squarespace, we usually can add 5 colors. Squarespace aligns each color from lightest to darkest, your main color being the middle color. So if we chose a different color palette, we have a different feel to the website. You can add any color that you want. If you click exit without saving, everything will revert back to normal. And that is how you change your colors. Caveat: if you want to change something specifically in that theme, you can go to that pencil icon and you can change it. So let's say I'm on my darkest one theme, which I have for the header, and I want to change that. I can go here, right? Let's say I want to change this button. I can go ahead and go down here, and as I can see, I have my primary button background. I can change that color, and it will change how the button looks, or what color the button is. And you can do this for any part of the website. That is how you change your fonts and your colors on your Squarespace website. Every template, we offer a style page so that you can customize your website and see it change in real time. So on this style page, you can see every heading, every paragraph, and the miscellaneous text, as well as you can see the colors that you change. Next, we're going to show you how to change a button. You're going to go to Site Styles, Buttons. In here, you can change the buttons and their different types. For now, we have the font as Archivo Black, but we can go ahead and change that to Proxima Nova, Archivo Black, or we can browse all, change it to something like Babus Nui. You can also change how big the letters are. You can change how spaced out the letters are. You might have different buttons, primary, secondary, and tertiary buttons. And as you can see, each button is different based on what feel that you're trying to give. When it comes to button design, you want to make sure that your buttons stand out from the section that it's on. If I had this Learn More button that was darker on my header, you wouldn't be able to see it. That is why I have secondary button on the header. Or if you're trying to change up your buttons, you can have your tertiary be rounded or even transparent, like so. You can change all of your buttons from this menu. That is how you change buttons in Squarespace to match your brand's feel and look. You can use this style page to engage any kind of design differences that you want to make to the website. Everything automatically changes with your website. I'll be showing you how to change up your header and your footer. So to change up our header, we're going to go ahead and click Edit Site Header, and then up here we can change our navigation. Now our header navigation is going to reflect what our linked pages are. So to see our linked pages, it is here in our main navigation tab. As you can see, we have the About page, the Public Speaking page, and the Resources page. I usually don't link home because people can click the logo to go home. Now when we're in the Edit Header menu, you can either have a normal title or you can have a picture. I have a picture because I have a logo. In this navigation, we can click the Edit Navigation button and we can edit how these show up here. So we can put Public Speaking first, or Resources first, or About first. We can click Show Pages to show us how many pages we have in our linked tab, but I'm not going to do that right now. We can edit items such as buttons if we need people to take action, social links if we want them to look at our social media, carts if we want them to buy our digital products and have somewhere to store them, accounts if they have an account that they can log into our member sites with, or a language switch if our site is bilingual. You can also edit the design. So you can switch the layout of the header by clicking this menu. That looks pretty good. As you can see, we can also change which color. You can either have it be a solid color, a gradient, or adaptive, which means that it is invisible. You can change the opacity. You can also change the background color, or you can change the navigation color. That's it for our header. To edit our footer, the first thing we're going to do is scroll all the way down, and we can add a block. These are all your different Squarespace blocks that they will give you. Or we can edit the section as a whole. We can make it fill the whole screen. We can make it larger. We can align things to the top, to the middle, or to the bottom. We can add a divider, or we can change the background of it. If there's an image here, then the background color will not be there. Usually people do not use images for their footer, but you could change that. We can also change how the colors lay out. So this is how Squarespace uses its colors. You can change between the lightest to the darkest. And if you need to make any edits, you can always click the pencil icon and change them completely. But the other good thing about Squarespace is that when you click on text, you can also change the color here. You highlight the word, and then you can change the color here. So that's all there is to editing the header and the footer. Let's go over creating a new page. If we want a page that will be linked to the top of our website, we'll go ahead and create it here by clicking this plus button. And as you can see, Squarespace gives us a lot of options for pages that we can create. What I like to do is just start with a blank page. If you don't call yourself a designer or consider yourself someone who's savvy with design, you can always go to page layouts. Page layouts are going to give you some sleek, modern designs that you can use for pages. Creating websites has never been so easy and quick. What we're going to do is just go ahead and throw this in here. We're going to rename it to whatever we need the page name to be. Let's just say that this was a contact page. And then however this is aligned, this is how our header will show it. Now when we click edit, as you can see, everything goes back to the way it needs to look. Now we'll talk about how to edit one of these pages. When you go to the edit tab, which we did earlier, you can go in here and you can make changes however you see fit. We can change between the font styles here by clicking this. And all of your different text changes we can make with this drop down. This pops up whenever you go to edit a text block. Another thing we can do is add buttons or take away buttons or style the buttons. We can switch between primary, secondary, and tertiary. We can edit here, go to design, and say how we want to style it. The thing about Squarespace is that it is a drag and drop editor. Anything that you add here, you can just drag and drop. Let's say I wanted to put a new picture here. I can either get a stock image or I can choose from my library and pick the picture I want. And then we can change the picture however we want, and we can drag it anywhere we would like. Everything is very, very easy with Squarespace and very intuitive. We can stretch it out or make it shorter, make it smaller or taller, and we can drag it wherever we need it. We can also edit it by clicking the pencil icon and changing the design. So if we need to fit it, fill it, or make it a different shape. Every section on your Squarespace website will have all of these functionalities. And all of these functionalities will be the same on every page. Honestly, the combinations that you can come up with are endless. The only thing to really do is to go in and play with everything that you have. Whenever we get done, we can go ahead and click the save button or the exit button. To save all your changes, make sure you always click save. One last thing to add, if a page is dragged down to the not linked section, it will not show up on your navigation bar. Now we're done with this contact page, we can go ahead and get rid of it. I'm going to go ahead and scroll over the contact page and then click the trash button. We're going to confirm that it is deleted, then voila, we have our website again. So that was everything from creating, deleting, and editing all your pages on your Squarespace website. Before we wrap up with Squarespace tutorial, I want to take the time to say congratulations and thank you. You are taking a bold step forward to creating everything that you need in your business for your digital presence. And that's awesome. Congratulations on taking that step, and congratulations on moving towards your dream. With that being said, let's get into the last tutorial and finish up everything that we need to know in order to customize this template to your needs. Whatever you're doing on your desktop view, you are also doing on your mobile view. So to go into the mobile view, you click mobile, and as you can see, it goes into a smaller view. This is the view for all of the mobile phones or tablets or iPhone, any device you can think that is smaller than a laptop. You want to make sure that your pages are looking nice and spiffy on this as well. You're going to edit the same exact way, but before you launch your website, always make sure that your mobile is looking just as good as your desktop. Another small thing to wrap up the series is that with the website tool, here we have all the custom code for this template. The only code that is linked to this template is hiding certain blocks from the mobile view so that they don't look weird when you go to mobile. This concludes our Squarespace tutorial on how to get everything up and running really quickly, how to change everything that you need, and how to basically get to where you need to be with your website. All the resources that we have linked underneath these tutorials are free to use, and they are free to share to other people too. Thank you so much, and I hope that everything goes well in your future endeavors.